Man, I got my do-rag on, guys, because it's cold in here. You know, when you have a bald head like I have, I got a bald head. I'm always cold. You know, in a prior video, I told you guys, if you look at old photographs, okay, I mean even going as far back, as little back as the 50s. If you watch old movies, even movies like Bewitched, when it come out in the 60s, everybody, I understand those are TV shows, but if you look at old pictures, you know, even as, like I said, as recent back as the 50s or 60s, people were all dressed nice. And that's because they had integrity. They had respect for each other. Okay? Today, people go out in their pajamas. You see a lot of these dudes with the pants hanging half off their butt. They're no longer dressed nice to go out. They don't care. It isn't that they don't care what they look like. They don't care what someone thinks of them. People have little or no respect for their fellow man anymore. I believe America is on an irreversible course. I don't think the hate is irreversible. I think it's going to get a lot worse. I think the United States of America is on a downward spiral of self-destruction. And I think Europe is going to come ahead of all the countries, and certain countries in Europe will be what America used to be, the greatest country on earth. I think America is going to be second within, like I said, 50, 60 years. You know, everyone's trying to figure out, you know, about all these mass shootings. Why are they happening? Why does everyone hate each other? You see it everywhere you go. When I walk my dog, you see how just people shoot by us in their SUVs. They don't, you know, if I wouldn't jump off the road, they'd probably hit us. They have no respect for anybody. No one has any respect for anybody. I see it when I go out walking. I certainly see it when I drive. No matter what time of the day or night I go out, people drive like it's just all about them. You know, they literally use their vehicle as a missile to run you off the road. I've seen, and I'm not lying to you guys, I've seen tailgating so close. And it's not only done to me, it's done to everybody. I see vehicles, man, maybe this far away from the tail of another vehicle where they're going 50, 60 miles an hour. You know, naturally, if that vehicle in front of them has to make a dead stop, they're going to run right in back at them, and they don't care what they do to the person. They don't care if there's children in that car. I've seen vehicles with elderly get tailgated. I've seen vehicles that have babies, infants, get tailgated like this. And, you know, what it is people no longer have respect for anybody. The family is almost a thing of the past. You know, and that's because the kind of people that you have today, they don't regard the family like they used to. A lot of people are out in the road looking in all the wrong places for love or action because they're not home because there's no family to be home with. You know, now the $1 million question is, how did all this become? When did it start, and what made it happen? You know, there's a lot of things that contributed to this. A lot of stuff contributed to this, guys. When you give a person too much freedom, they take advantage of it. And that's what happened in this country. people were given too much freedom, and they handled it the wrong way. The draft should have never been abolished. The military draft should have stayed, because and the military draft should be for men and women, male and female. Minimum of 2 years in the military. If they refuse to go, you go to jail. Because if they're drafted, they're gonna learn respect and value. Okay, that was the first mistake the United States made. A lot of countries, they no longer have the death penalty. Some have the death penalty, but they're lethal injections. So a person commits a crime, they're going to say, hey, they're going to just put me to sleep, you know, and that's okay for them. Where before you had the electric chair, you had execution by hanging, you had the gas chamber. You know, then the human rights people said, someone stepped up on the human rights and said, hey, you know what, this is wrong what we're doing. That's inhumane. You know, before, if somebody was to commit murder, you know, they had, back in the days, if you were to commit murder, you had to worry, oh, you know what, they're going to hang me. They're going to give me the electric chair. They're going to give me the gas chamber. So they thought twice about this. Now they don't think twice about it, because you're either in jail for life, where you're given 3 hot meals a day, free clothes, free room and board, or they give you lethal injection and you just go to sleep. So that was the second mistake they made right there. You know, and the series of mistakes with the kind of country this has become, all this made like a domino effect. It just made people more disrespectful. It was just basically like a domino effect, guys. The draft alone didn't do it. No, the abolishment of electric chair and hanging and gas chamber, that didn't do it either. That's one of the very small things that did it. The greed has a lot to do with it. The way women are dressed today, women wear spandex, showing the shape of their body off too much. So, you know, dudes see that and dudes say, hey, I want that. A dude now will do anything to get that, because they think that's the answer to all the problems. You know, most guys, the mistake they make is they dump all their problems on a female, and they think the female is going to take care of all their problems. So they see a girl with a nice body and spandex, and they'll do anything to have that. They'll cheat anybody, they'll step on anybody. Okay, that's another thing that did it. Nice things also added to it. The vehicles today they're more reliable. There's more nice things. It's like your phones. The cell phones are available now. They're coming out with a better one every single week almost. You know, so the greed and the need to make more money, because the more money you have, the more nice things you can get. Okay? And with these nice things, you're popular. If you have a real nice car, what happens? What happens if you buy, let's say, for instance, we'll take the new Corvette that has a rear engine in it. Okay? That's over $120,000, $130,000. Let's say, for instance, if you buy that, what do you think is going to happen if you're single? If you're a single dude, you're going to attract girls. Or let's say, for instance, you buy a Lamborghini Aventador, and you're a single guy. So there you go. you're going to get that girl in the spandex with the hot body, the long blonde hair. So you are enabling yourself to get the greed and the selfishness to get all that, because with the nice things comes power. And that's a real big contributor to what's happened. So everybody is basically selfish and super greedy to make more money, because there's more stuff they'll have, more nice stuff they'll have for themselves. And with the nice stuff, you get the power, you get the friends, you get the notoriety, and all that makes things better for yourself. So it's all about you and nothing about no one else. Okay? That's the main thing. The greed for the money, because with the money you can buy more of this nice stuff, because there is nicer stuff made today than there was back in the 50s. There was nice stuff made back in the 50s too, guys, but there's nicer stuff made now because the technology is a lot better. So like I said, in order to buy that nice stuff, you need more money, because you got to make more money today. You got to make a lot of money today to get that stuff. And once you have that nice stuff, comes the power. People are going to like you. People are going to want to be around you. They're going to want to know you. And that's what made everybody very disrespectful to each other, not giving a crap about anybody but themselves, because they want that stuff for themselves. And that's what happened to America. And like I said, it is not going to turn around. It's going to just get a lot worse, because the higher the technology gets, the better stuff's going to come out. It's going to cost more money. You're going to need more money to go get it, so you're going to have to earn more money, and it's going to make you greedier, and you're going to run around more. You're going to be running around more crazy, more angry, more selfish, and more greedy to earn that more money to buy that nicer stuff. So I'm just pre-warning all y'all that things are going to get a lot worse. And the flip side of that coin is the people that don't have that are going to retaliate against you. You're going to see more mass killings. You're going to see mass killings on a scale that ain't been on the news yet. I wish it wouldn't happen. I wish I was wrong, guys. But it's going to happen. That's the flip side of the coin. And in my mind, from what I've seen, there is no way to stop it. There's no way to reverse what's going on with the hate, the greed, and the disrespect. It is irreversible. The only thing that's going to stop it is the United States of America has to fall, and it's going to eventually destroy itself. And one of those countries in Europe will be the place to go. That's going to be a long way down the road. You know, I think my motorcycle needs another battery. You know, because I have the battery tender on it right now, and it just was not spinning like it should. I think I'm going to have to invest in a lithium battery, guys. I might have to put off my paint job, because the lithium battery is going to take the money I needed for the paint supplies. But I'm still going to take that rear fender off, because I've got to try to spray paint the back of that rear fender, and a couple scratches I got to fill in. So I've been doing stuff to my kitchen. I'm coming along pretty good on my kitchen. I've been finishing the walls. I'm almost ready for the tile work. And like I said, I got that dry fire laser system coming in. and a little 3-inch reflector. I want to be able to draw my Beretta from the holster with the safety on and hit that little 3-inch reflector from 10 to 15 feet away in a second or less. You know, the thing is, you can't go to the range and draw a pistol from a holster. They'll kick you off the range. You're not allowed to draw a gun from a holster. That's going to have to be done somewhere out in the woods, and I have no idea where I can go to do that because I don't live, I can't fire my gun in my backyard, and I have no idea where I could possibly go to do that. So that's why I sent away for the dry fire system. That's all I can do for now until I find a remote location.